Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CSGO Clutch podcast, sponsored by Prize Picks. My name is Adam Cohn, I am your host, and I apologize to everyone in advance if my mic sounds a little choppy. I have no idea what's going on with this thing, but I'll be looking into that soon.
Don't forget about me, Adam.
I was getting to... Ladies and gentlemen, my somewhat impatient co-host, Dan Welch. Only kidding, buddy. Dan, how are you?
Oh, I'm absolutely terrible.
You're terrible. Why are you terrible?
Because
You didn't play Fury Day 1? You're welcome.
Zaiwu is making me look like a dumbass. I've become a tout.
Well, Team Vitality and FaZe are making a lot of pickers look like dumbasses, considering they're supposed to be the two favorites in this division, both are 1 and 2.
All right. Yeah,
You have Ensign,
lost too, right?
you have Ensign Furia that are right now the top of the group.
Yeah.
I mean, good for Ents. They're 3-0. They've looked good. Furia, gotta give it to them. Gotta give it to them. They've been playing some great Counter-Strike. So let's get the minutia out of the way with first. The CSGO Clutch podcast is sponsored by PrizePicks. Head over to PrizePicks.com. Sign up using the promo code Clutch. Again, promo code Clutch. New depositors will get a 100% deposit bonus up to $100. It's an amazing promo code. Stay tuned to the end of the podcast where Dan and I will have our Prize Picks segment for you all as well. Each of us will give 3 picks on Prize Picks that we like to go over or under their projected lines. You can follow Dan on Twitter at Wandelch, WANDELCH. Follow me on Twitter at AdamWX21. Follow the podcast on Twitter at CSGO Clutch Pod. And last but not least, drop a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. That way, there every single time we drop a podcast or go live, whatever we decide to do, you will all be notified. Now, leave a comment down below as well. Tell us who you like and who you don't like on this slate. Things you want to see on the podcast, things you like, things you don't like. You can more than welcome to tell us how awesome we are. You can tell us how awesome we are even more better by dropping a like on this video and hitting that subscribe button. Helps us out, helps out the YouTube algorithm, gets us in front of more viewers for an already niche DFS sport. Whew! Alright, if anyone needs it, I'm going to go take a nap after that extremely long intro. Dan's got the rest of this podcast completely on lock, so I'm going to let Dan take it over from here. He can talk to us all about Furia versus Ents and Sprout versus Outsiders and Team Vitality versus FaZe. I'm going to go have the rest of this honeydew melon, the rest of some ginger ale and some water. Dan, take it from here.
You got it, buddy. Furia Ents. Play Ents. Looking good.
Okay, I gotta come back on the podcast. That's the hard-hitting analysis? Play Ents? This is the hard-hitting analysis we get. Play Ents.
I am jelly. You are the peanut butter. You can have a peanut butter sandwich. You can't have a jelly sandwich.
Wait a minute. You can have a jelly sandwich. You can't have peanut... I love jelly sandwiches. What are you talking about?
You can't have a... No one eats jelly sandwiches.
Hi.
I don't work alone. You can.
Listen, I do enjoy peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Also, just jelly sandwiches, delicious. Now I want a jelly sandwich in addition to this honeydew melon. All right, let's go over the Pinnacle betting lines here real quick. This game between Furia and Ents, they have rather close. Furia is only a plus 103 underdog. Ents a minus 125 favorite. The Outsiders are a minus 592 favorite versus Sprout, with Sprout being a plus 429 underdog. And FaZe being a minus 144 favorite against Team Vitality. Team Vitality a plus 119 underdog. So, Dan, Furia versus Ents. Every player in this game on DraftKings is sub $9,000. And for reasons I don't quite understand, Jury is $5,600. Talk to us about Furia before we go into the Ents side of things.
So I am not a big proponent for Senior Yuri, but he's been in good form. And if they happen to play Vertigo, he seems to do pretty good on it. They've called him a turret at the ramp. I mean, I just don't think he's very good. I think it's dependent on whether or not the rest of the team is doing well. Like he doesn't. I don't think that he does good in losses. So I'm not a huge fan, and I think Ents is on their game.
Look, Ents have been playing some really good Counter Strike. I'm gonna throw out 3 names you should be looking at from Furia in this slate in order: K Serato, Yuri, and Safi, or Safe, or
Safe.
whatever they. But Safe?
No.
It's not Safi. It's Safe.
Safe. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's how they've been saying it.
So, with that being said, I think you can play Art.
Of course, you can play Art.
Art's
awesome.
I just think the way that Art plays as his specific style of IGL and getting info, he likes to take space, he likes to get that info. I just think the way Ents play from a Counter-Strike standpoint, I think is going to neutralize that.
That's what I said about the Outsiders as well, and
but the
that did
Outsiders
not
we
happen.
know play a slower brand of Counter-Strike. They're not
Right.
the team to rush in. Art's the kind of IGL that likes to run and take space. I mean, you think of how many times we've seen him on Nuke, and he's just rushing outside to take info on CT side or rushing into mini. He's running like a madman. He's like Blame House trying to get the outside. Like he's nuts. He's a super he's an aggressive entry taking, space taking IGL, which is fine. That helps the rest of the team out. It helps him out if he can get the opening frag. I just think Ents are going to counter him here, so I don't know what his ceiling is for DFS purposes.
Who Art?
Yeah, I mean, Art's 6,400, so it's not like you're paying a lot for him, but
Art has a massive ceiling.
oh, we know he's got a massive
Of,
ceiling. I just don't know if we're going to see it in this spot.
yeah, it's a risk. I mean,
I wouldn't fade him.
Enter.
I'm just saying, from an objective point of view, are we going to see it? You know what I mean?
I don't think so because I think Ents is going to win. I mean, I was so confident today in Ents that I played 3. I thought that. I mean, I really did feel confident they were going to just steamroll today. And the Outsiders have been playing good. So
they have. All right, so 4 are in play. I'm not playing drop. You playing drop? I'm not playing drop.
not if Yuri is. What'd you say? 5,600.
Yuri's 5,600. Drop is 4,800. For reference on the other two, K Serato 8,400 and Safe is 7,400.
Yeah, you can't. I don't think anybody could legitimately argue for drop over Safe, other than, or I mean, Yuri, other than getting different in a GPP. But
that's pretty much it. I mean,
again, I'm not.
I don't think Drop
Fury.
has a massive ceiling. I mean, he had 48 points versus the Outsiders, 55 versus Sprout, 25 versus Team Vitality.
He's the new Vinny. I mean, he's he's a support guy. He'll have once in a while have a great map, but he's not gonna.
He's not Vinferno.
No.
So no. Vinferno, in case those of you were just joining us and new, this is if you've never seen Vinny play on Furia, he loved playing on Inferno. It's the map he would usually go off on.
Yeah.
So he just really likes that map, which is fine. Let's talk about the end side of things. Because we know K Serato's a play if you play in Furia. Safe the Oppa for Furia. You're playing them. My order for me is K Serato, Yuri, Safe, Art, and then Drop. Would you agree?
Yeah, I have to because of price and Art.
I think this is definitely a price enforcement here at 5,600 for Yuri. Just All right. Well, let's talk about the also 3-0 Ents.
They're looking strong, and what was considered a weak spot was Hades. In the tournament, did we just have not Katowice, but the one before it? Maybe just in the major. Then he didn't really do well, but he's I would say he's overperforming.
He's also a young kid who
Yeah.
I still think is getting adjusted to Tier 1 Counter-Strike. Don't forget, this is a guy that came from Wisla Krakow all the way over to ENCE, while ENCE was in the middle of their rebuild.
And props to Snappy as a IGL, and then
Snappy's looking.
Modern.
Snappy went off a couple days ago.
Yeah, I had him, but it didn't help. But still lost.
So, alright, so let's talk about it. Spinks is 8,800. Hades, the Opera for ENCE, is 7,800. Deha, you could argue the ace of ENCE, is 6,800. Or at least he was the ace on Sprout up there with Faven. Madden, 6,000. And you have Snappy, the IGL for ENCE, 5,200. I really like Spinks in this spot. It's just a gut call, but I really like Spinks in this spot.
So do I. He was really low owned. Even in single entry, it was like 3 to 4% today.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't think he'll get much more love tomorrow.
Crazy.
It's because he didn't do that well. So
All right. Well, I like Spinks 1. I think for me, based on price, it's Deha 2 and Hades 3. Based on what I think they do in this game, it's Hades 2, Deha 3. But just the $1,000 in savings you're gonna get with Deha, I don't know if he's gonna score as good as Hades, but if you can make that extra $1,000 work, I think Deha's the way to go.
I concur. But I like Hades a little bit more than. I actually put Hades higher than Spinks, but that's just me.
Okay. So then what are we doing about the other two on this team then? What are we doing with Madden and Snappy?
Um,
Because I
if
think
you need him to make,
Madden at 6,000, firmly in play.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was gonna say if you need him to make something else fit, I think it's a good play.
How confident are you in Snappy in this matchup? In terms of fragging to actually hit value for the 200?
If they take Nuke, very confident, but I don't think they will. I think they'll go Vertigo.
Alright then.
Actually, no. I think Fury will pick Vertigo and then Ends. Actually, no. I think they will take Nuke. So yeah, I would play Snappy.
I can see Mirage as a decider.
Oh yeah, they do pick.
Both of these teams like playing on Mirage. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
So, alright. Anything else in this game you want to get into?
Nope.
The next game's gonna go pretty quick here, folks. It's Sprout versus the Outsiders. As Baby Dan concurs in the background. We have Yakindar at 9,400, Flit at 8,600, Jame the Opera and IGL for Outsiders at 7,600, Buster 6,800, Kickard is at 6,000. Let's just start with the Outsiders because I started with them and I really have no interest once again on anyone else on Sprout outside of Slacks, who's the Opera for Sprout at 7,000. Maybe a little, Spitty 6,400, Merrick's 5,600, Staher is 5,000, and Rawls is 4,400. I got interest in Slacks and Spitty from Sprout.
Yeah.
Is that it for you too?
They're in over their head. So
yeah, I think Outsiders take this game pretty convincingly.
Yeah, I think it's a good matchup for Yakindar and
Yakindar is 9,400.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you this way: James is $7,600, and he's about $1,000 too cheap.
Yeah. I mean, Buster Flit is like, I mean, so consistent.
He is.
But yeah, I think anybody on the Outsiders is in play. Pricing doesn't even, not that. And I think a lot of people will play them just because the 3-stack against Sprout seems to pay off.
Yeah, I can easily see a Kindar, Flit, and Jame. Honestly, I can see Buster paying off at $6,800 and not playing Jame. I think the Riflers go nuts here.
I do too. I don't think they leave much on the plate for James.
Yeah.
So
All right. Anything else in this game you want to talk about? Everyone from Outsiders was in play, and for Sprout, Slacks, and Spitty for me.
yeah, good. I like it.
Let's get into the banger game of the day.
Ooh.
And this game is
Oh,
going to be a banger. It's the 1-2 Team Vitality taking on the 1-2 FaZe Clan.
it is not going to be a bang. So I have lost
We
all
have
faith in
two
Vitality.
great teams.
No, something's wrong with Vitality. I think it's communication related. I don't think. I mean,
You mean going
uh,
3 French, 3 Danish wasn't the right way to go, Dan?
and they have to communicate in English. And I watched the interview of Dupree, and he almost seemed like
Frustrated?
not frustrated, but like he said, so, like the way that his tone came across, it sounded like there had been other people that weren't in the in line with the English language choice. I don't know how to put this in the right way, but like that there was some friction between the team. It is
That's
just the
not
way
good.
that, yeah. I mean, can you imagine though? Like you go from Zaiwu doesn't even speak very good English,
I don't know if
and
he speaks English at all.
Masuda barely speaks English. I've seen him in interviews, and he like can't even understand the questions. Or I think he's
I mean,
gotten
like, I
better,
think they can
but
understand English, but I think they'd have a tough time, like, speaking English.
yeah. So
Basically, an
that's
older interview with Zaiwu, I think, said that, like, I think he can understand English, but I think he's got a tough time speaking it, so he just speaks in French. And, we saw this with Furia when Junior was on the team.
yeah.
One American speaker versus another team of full Brazilians, and sometimes, that's you know, communication is key in Counter Strike. I don't care what level you're at. If you're a silver, gold Nova, master guardian. I don't care if you're a pro. You're at a tier 3. I don't care what level you're at. Comms are key. So I still think these are all great players. I think they'll figure it out. Whether they figure it out against FaZe, I don't know. FaZe shouldn't be 1-2.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Team Vitality first. Zaiwu 8,200 is $1,000 too cheap. Dupree $7,200. Magisk 6,600. Apex 5,800 and Masuda 4,600. You cannot play Masuda right now.
No.
He is bottom fragging on this team.
It's dust.
So I think for me, Magisk has looked good. I haven't watched my last couple games, but if you look at the stats, he crushed on day one. I think he was at the top scorer yesterday. What are we doing with Magisk? I think he's the one you focus around.
I hate to say it, but I think Magisk and Dupree are the only ones in play. Maybe Apex.
I think it's just Magisk and Zaiwu for me. Maybe Dupree. I like Dupree third, Apex fourth, and like I said, unless you're playing over 20 lineups, you can't play Masuda right now in a single entry, in my opinion. He's
Nope.
way too volatile. His stats are not there. You want to talk about it before. It's like when the Danes came in. It's like he lost some of whether it was the roles he was playing, the spots he was playing. I don't know what to make of this team right now, but this team, with the issues they're having, are not a major title contender right now, in my opinion.
No, they're bad. They're like tier 2 bad. I mean, I watched.
They need to figure it out because. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I've watched pretty much every single match the past 2 days and 3 days, and I mean they went Sprout took them to double overtime, and at first it didn't seem like that big of a deal, but then now looking back, it's like, oh, that was a big warning sign. I mean, granted, everybody on Vitality scored really well during that match, but it was like
it's still a matter of how did the team look. You know what I mean?
I mean, they look great against Sprout. Now they look like fools against. God, who they lost? I mean, they've lost everybody. So they're gonna lose the FaZe too. I mean, the Furia match was just a joke. Oh my god. mean,
Yeah.
Zywoo's getting picked off by Zywoo. His opening duel record was like 20% against Art.
Well, Zywoo's never been an entry and
No, when he
a
was
first
opping
kill
on the
guy.
CT, when he was opping on the CT side, Art was taking him out.
What Art plays an aggressive style of Counter Strike.
But this is Zywoo. Like something
I
is
know.
really, something
I
is really, really wrong. Like he can't carry right now.
well,
He doesn't even have the.
this is what we need to talk about. There were two majors this year. There's the PGL Antwerp major, which, by the way, once ESL Pro League is done, we get the Blast Premier Showdown, and then we get the RMR qualifiers. Like, make no mistake, those RMR qualifiers, this is how you qualify for the PGL major in Antwerp in May. Is getting through these qualifiers. Teams are making changes. We've already, didn't talk about Mouse Sports because we're not talking about them in this group. Mouse Sports just benched NBK in favor of bringing up JDC.
Because he broke his computer during the. He punched his monitor or something. Because that's what they say in that article. They say that JDC has a better attitude. So I mean, there you have it. Like he's clearly a head case.
And it's crazy, but these teams, you have to understand in the context of the major, are trying to construct their rosters right now. Like, for Astralis, yeah, they brought in Farlig. Lucky is still named as a replacement because of how everything is happening right now for the major. Once Pro League's over, we have the Showdown, and then the RMRs. And then I would assume it's going to be the Blast Spring Final and then the major. All these teams are looking towards the major right now. So, this game is huge because whoever loses, either Team Vitality or FaZe, are looking at 1-3 and probably have no chance of making the playoffs. This
It's
game
simple
is.
though.
Excuse me,
It's
this
because
game is crucial.
Okay.
This game is crucial for both teams.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot on the line. I agree because it is for the third spot. So or it could be.
All right, Mr. Jelly to my peanut butter. What are we looking at here from FaZe?
I think everybody. Well, no, not everybody. This is a 3-man roster, and then Rain once in a while. Like, let's be real. And anybody that plays
pretty much.
Anybody that plays Rain, I don't respect.
Wow. I play Rain from time to time.
Well, yeah, of course, the price is right. I mean, today it was.
He's 6,200.
Yeah, there's better options.
All depends on lineup construction. I don't see Rain as the entry and rotator guy in this spot against Team Vitality having a ceiling game, but he could. I just think you're focusing on Brokey, Robson twists.
Yeah, I'd rather play Madden.
Oh boy, Dan Salt
Maybe even
wants to play Madden over Rain. I mean, I can see it, but oh boy, Dan needs a hug.
I'm definitely probably choosing with some emotional response from today,
It's
but
totally okay.
I think there's some truth behind it.
So let's just go over pricing real quick. Brokey, the offer for FaZe is 9,000. Rops 8,000. Twist 7,000. He's underpriced. Probably going to be popular on the slate because of the pricing. Rain 6,200 and Kerrigan, the IGL for FaZe, $5,400. And for
Don't play Kerrigan.
Yeah, don't play Kerrigan. I mean, he loves the IGL and get info and all that other stuff. He's not a high fragging IGL. You can play him in a couple lineups, but I wouldn't go crazy. For those that don't know, they may be newer to Tier 1 Counter-Strike and Counter-Strike in general and Counter-Strike DFS. For Team Vitality, Zywoo is the upper for Team Vitality and regarded as one of the 2 best operas in the world. And Apex is the IGL for Team Vitality. I'm picking FaZe to win this game 2-1.
I think it's 2-0.
I think Brokey, Twist, Rops, Rain, and Kerrigan in that order for me.
Yeah.
Twist is too cheap.
Yeah. Props is too good.
For the Team Vitality side, I rank them like this. Magisk, Dupree, Zywu, Apex, Masuda. I'm changing from earlier.
I concur.
So, alright. Anything else from this game, Mr. Welch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just drank a Coke. I'm like all.
Oh, it is okay. He's
Yeah,
carbonated,
right.
folks.
Carry on.
He's carbonated. Now,
caffeinated,
or is it like a rum and Coke?
No, I'm caffeinated.
Right.
I just missed the Flash draft. What the hell?
Well, let's get into it. Core value, GPP, and favorite team stack segment. Dan, 1 core play, 2 value, 2 GPP. Who's in your core?
Core. Brokey.
I don't have a core.
I'm gonna have a second Kinder.
Yeah, as close to a core for me as it's gonna get is gonna be Twist, but he's not a core. So I'll give you 3 GPP instead of a core. I can't get there right now. So you're going in 2 core. You got, who'd you say?
Brokey, Kinder.
Brokey and
Brokey's looking too good, man.
All right, 2 value plays.
Snappy. Wait. Yeah, Snappy and
Snapper.
I'll actually go Rawls.
Oh, I like the call. So if everyone takes a look at my screen, including my co-host, I think for me, Dan and I have already talked about it, and so I was just saying that nonchalantly as I shared my screen with him in Discord. I think for me, Yuri just stands out at 5,600 as a value play.
Yeah.
He's too cheap there, and I'm gonna go with Apex, just to be a little different, $800. But you know, a GPP, really a value play. Madden at 6,000 too. You know, this isn't the Madden from Godset and FPX, but 6,000 still too cheap for someone of his talent. All right, Dan, give us since you gave us 2 core, give us 1 GPP play you like.
Air.
Who?
Stair.
Stair? Okay.
Stair, like yeah.
All right, for me, GPP plays. Magisk, Hades, and Flit. And like I said earlier, as close as a core play as I can get is going to be Twists. But he's not a core play. Favorite team stack, Mr. Dan?
Outsiders.
For me, Furia. Let's get on over to Prize Picks. Give me a little Prize Picks tab here. Head on over to the CSGO tab, and Dan, we're going to ignore the X13 and B-Hop 2 here. And what are we looking at here? We got a couple Mad Lions. We got JL. We got BQ from the Young Ninjas. Ooh, I'm going to take one from you. I'm going to go K Serrato over 38.5.
Yeah. I'll actually go under on Spinks too. I know that you like him, but I think I do think this is going to be close.
That's fair. So I wouldn't go under on Spinks, but I think 39.5 is a really good line.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Wait, who's Skate playing?
Skate is playing Tricked.
Oh yeah, Ship's over 37.5.
We know Ships has a ceiling.
Lock.
Oh, look who it is! It's Godzilla!
Go under.
What? What?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll stay away from that one.
Crazy.
Slacks?
Wrong slacks, different slacks.
Yep. Jame, I could see the over on Jame. That's not that.
I'm not touching that line. I think he's pushing right at 37, 38.
I can see Slacks, the real Slacks, over 34.5.
I can see that too. For sure.
And that's just not that high.
Zaiwu under 42.5.
Oh my god.
I go under on him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go Sun Pius over 37.5.
Dude, there's actually some really good picks on here.
There are. So again, head over to PrizePicks.com. You can sign up using the promo code CLUTCH. Again, promo code CLUTCH. New depositors will get a 100% deposit bonus up to $100. So it's an awesome promo code. There were some great lines today. Dan, is there anything else we can talk about besides going under on Zaiwu at 42.5?
No, I'm good.
All right, well, good luck on this slate, everyone. For Dan, I'm Adam. Catch you for the next slate. Latest, peoples.